Hey everybody, it's Rydo and we are back for some more Hearthstone. We are on our third recording for the same day. We had 3 quests, we got rid of 1. We are over halfway, just barely, with the next quest of 5 wins between Paladin and Priest. After that, we're going to alternate between Druid and Rogue, trying to get 5 wins there. We're going to alternate between Paladin and Priest, starting with Paladin today. This is the 3rd episode in the same day in my time, and so that is the marathon episode. I've decided in the last episode, because there are quests that say get 5 victories, I suppose if we don't have the quest that say get 5 victories, I don't know. Well, what I decided to start off with last episode is to rebalance, and we'll do 5, then marathon. So first recording is a hard 5, second recording is a hard 5, third recording still the marathon. Now, if I get quests that have nothing to do with victories, or it's just like win 2 victories, win 2 victories, win 2 victories, it's possible in the very first recording we'll get everything done. So I may have to get a little bit more creative at that point. Because if I got all 3 of the quests done in the first recording, what am I going to do for the next 2 recordings? Particularly the marathon one. I guess we just play 5 ranked for no real reason. So I've got a secret out here. It's going to bring up a 2-1 defender, noble sacrifice, summon a 2-1 defender. I'm not sure I ever showed people that you can hover over your secret and see what it is. I've also played the mana wraith, so all minions cost 1 more. That's giving him trouble. It's going to give me trouble too, but not by a lot, because I have the spell that gives me 1/1. So mana wraith in particular is useful when playing with the paladin. Let's see. I even got an extra mana, I can play another secret. It's a little early to be playing eye for an eye, but that's fine. I don't know if you'd ever win with eye for an eye, because you'd have to get them down below your health, and then they'd have to do, in one attack, a lot of damage. They'd have to do, I'd say, more than 5 or 6 damage by a lot. Change an enemy's attack to be 1. Well, we don't have any enemies. We got another noble sacrifice. We'll do that. We got that. We'll do that. Still having a little trouble, as you can see he is. Mana wraith can really screw up a person's play. And the noble sacrifice here is just raking him over the coals. Twice now he has tried to attack with his weapon to kill the mana wraith, and he could not do it. So now what can I do? I could change his attack to be 1. It's already 1. No reason to do that. Let's do this. Just irritate him more. Now he's a 6/6. Cannot be defeated. Mana wraith. Not even gonna give him a card. I'm just gonna ignore this guy. He's down to 15. We're at 15 to 30. I've still got the eye for eye. Even if he could do 15 damage to me in 1 attack, eye for eye would do 15 to him and kill him. This could be a surrender moment for him. I love it when games go like this. Notice I'm getting these 1/1s out there. If I can get the character that gets a +1/+1 for every of your friendly minions, that would certainly help. Next turn I'm gonna play this. Oh no, he got rid of my mana wraith. And all my guys. Kinda hoped he would do more. Let's see. Do 2 damage to all enemies? Sure, why not? Both are enemies, both take 2 damage. Bring this guy out, that's all I can do. He's down to 6, I'm at 29. He can do 1 more damage, I don't care. I'll bring this guy out, bring my health back up to it. Gain 5 armor and draw a card. There is a card called Shield Slam. It must be a pretty unique card because I haven't seen it or been able to craft it. But with the hunting, you definitely want Shield Slam because it will do the amount of damage equal to the number of shields you have. So, definitely want Shield Slam at some point in the future. That would be a great strategy to just build up your shields, have all kinds of protection, and then you could have easily 30 shields if you have lots of cards working to synergize that way. Do 30 damage to the face. No more fuging. So I can deal 3 damage, draw a card. I can change a minion's attack to 1. Deal 3 damage, draw a card. We want to get rid of this guy. Let's throw the taunt up here. Protect ourselves a little bit. Take out 1 thing. That's not going to work real well though. He can get 2 armor every turn. Doing just 1 damage will let him grow that armor count. I want that armor count down. He has saved himself a little bit here. Whenever this minion takes damage, plus 3 attack. Change an enemy's attack to 1. So, what I want to do is play this strategically because I don't know exactly when it would be. If he takes, he'll attack that way. So I think I need to do this. Change that to 1. And then I could attack him and do 3 and then he'd be up back up to 3. I can play this and give myself 2. Or I could do this. I think I want this. And I want this, I guess.
Reporting for duty.
So let's go ahead and
for justice.
Yeah, let's do this. Kill him right then and there. Don't have to worry about him anymore. This guy's strong enough to take 1 more attack.
Job's done.
I think I've got everything in the bag. That was a complicated choice there. It's all about ordering. Did I do it the best way possible? Probably not. Alright, so we want this guy out for sure, and throw this guy out for sure. Alright, let's see.
For justice.
We'll go ahead and attack the face, get rid of his armor. Protect the face here. Healing is actually helping. Now, if they kill Stalag as he is, I have Thaddeus, I should win. It's just a matter if they don't see that. If they don't kill him, though, I'll probably have to win too. Now you feel pain. That's what I want to see. That is the proper feeler you should have when Thaddeus comes out. I'm not sure he had any choice there. I think either way he would have gone, I would have won. I like that game. I was going to alternate, but I'm going to stick with Paladin. That was such a great victory. That made me feel so good. I'm just going to play with Paladin one more time. If we get another victory here, we would only have to get 5 victories in a row between the other characters, and we would have all the quests done. So that would be 7 games this time.
With honor.
That might balance out evenly to a 5-5-5. Next day I record in 3 real world days. So this one is good, but not good at the start because I won't have any characters to give a Divine Shield to. I don't even know if it's that good, really. Well, at least I always can trust the Wisp. Not very powerful, but not very expensive.
Why do you call?
You know what? We'll play this again. That worked pretty well before. I think it'll work pretty well this time. I'm not gonna kill my Wisp for no reason. Just leave it there. Dark Bomb. Oh.
Handle it!
Still no reason to really attack because they'll just kill them, and then I'll not really have anything to kill them with. How could he know I have another raid leader? Is the question. He wouldn't, is the point. So I could play a raid leader, have a 3, kill this guy. But I think I'll play this instead. Could have played this too. Killed him that way. Gotten a little bit further. Yeah, probably would have been smarter. Yep. Definitely would have been smarter to play this and play this next turn. So, is this the right move now? I think it is, still.
For justice.
Put a random demon from your hand into the battlefield. Does he have a random demon in his hand? I don't know. Hero is immune. All of the demons have 2/2. Oh, wow. Wow. What strategy? What strategy? Threats are real. I'm not even gonna attack with that guy. I am just dumbfounded. He can't. Let's see. Immune. He can't take damage. So, give me a +1 attack. This will heal me 2. I have to play 2. Let's see. Well,
Let me think.
Crush.
For justice.
Well, I guess I can attack this guy next turn. Oh, the strat has just got my head confused. I mean, what am I even doing? I'm losing is what I'm doing. Alright, so let's play this guy.
Reporting for duty.
This guy can attack this guy and kill him. I still need 5 to kill this guy. This guy's still immune. Deal 5 damage to the hero. Oh, but he's immune, so it doesn't matter? Whoa! So, Mal'Ganis here is the card to have him. I need this guy in my deck. I need him bad. He is working well. Very, very well. Too well. Alright, so if we play this guy, if we give this guy +4, +4, we attack here. We're down to 8. We've lost this game. I am loving this. I am losing. I'm getting trounced thoroughly by a level 19, by the way. I deserve that loss. But much, much more importantly, they deserve that win. That they deserve the win is the right way to say it. That was excellent, excellent Warlock deck. Excellent card. Synergized great. He got that card from his hand to the deck by playing another demon. Oh, I was dumb. I hit it. I thought, oh, does he even really have a demon in his card? Not only in his hand, not only did he have a demon in his hand, he had the exact right demon in his hand. And
you asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
I was totally incapable for most of that game of doing any damage to his face at all. Not just that I didn't have the opportunity, I was incapable of doing it. What a strategy. I mean, that one card. Would Life Tap have done any damage to him, or would he have gotten free Life Taps? Probably would have gotten free Life Taps. He could probably have drawn cards for free. I don't even remember if he didn't. He was beating me so thoroughly it didn't even matter.
I hope you like my invention.
Wow. Have not seen a Warlock play better. I need that card. I am so jealous of that card. I love it when you see good players. When you see good players with their good strategies. It is a learning experience. Even if you're losing, it's still a great learning experience.
If you're sure.
Job's done.
Thinking it. Not got a great strategy at the moment, but I think we can muddle through you. Now, problem with mind control tech. And why you might not even want that. I said this is definitely better than mind control, which I stick by. But you may not even want mind control tech in your deck. Because
If you're sure.
the only real way to
Job's done.
get it to work is that they have to have 4. And if they have 4, then this becomes more often than not a game-changing card. That they have to have already played a good enough strategy against your bad enough strategy that you could not get rid of their characters enough that they have 4 on deck. And a lot of times people know about mind control tech, so they'll only put 3 on deck, and then you can't use it. That's a valid strategy against it. Let's see.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Push forward.
So, tit for tat. Maybe we'll get up to 4 and I'll play this and be able to take something. Ideally, what you'd want is on the 3 cards are very weak, and then the 4th card is super strong, and you just get lucky on the draw there. But I'm not gonna wait for luck. I'm gonna get rid of that guy. See, so I have double minion's health. I should definitely play that if I don't take any damage. Or even if I do take damage, maybe I'll heal it and play it. Maybe I'll put this guy out first and then heal it and then play it. That would only take 5 mana. So, good strategy there. All I need is this guy to do damage or this guy to do damage. That's all I needed. Alright. So, we have 6.
Is someone injured?
Play this. And we can play this.
Is someone injured?
And then we can play this. Does not get him directly up to 7. But, oh well.
Job's done.
Gets me up to 12. I think if I healed it again, I'd be even higher. Synergize there. I'm not sure that this is gonna work. He's definitely gonna attack here. Repeat one more time. So let's see. Heal this guy up again. Let's go ahead and give him a +1, +1. Let's go ahead and do 2 damage to the face there.
Job's done.
Next turn he'll be unfrozen, and you will be in trouble. He's gotta do 7 damage, he can only do 2 at the moment. So he could attack this guy and then cast a spell doing that. Do another damage, but
Give me a quest.
maybe you play a card, +1, +1. Taunt. Alright, so let's heal this guy up again. And place this taunt.
Push forward.
Just gonna go ahead and get rid of this character. Next turn I can play this and heal this guy. They can't attack until they get rid of this.
I've got a huge.
Alright, if he gets really unlucky, he won't be able to kill this guy. And just like that, oh no, he would have been able to. He's had to spend a lot of energy to get rid of that guy. I've had to spend a lot of energy to keep him alive, but in all actuality, he spent a lot more energy keeping it, trying to get rid of that guy than he really should have. Because I've got other cards. I didn't really need him. He wasn't the center of my strategy. He was just one of the keystones, and there are lots of keystones. That's his second flame strike, or whatever that's called. Let's see, what's it called? Flame strike. So he cannot pull that anymore. No more of that garbage. But I got one of the ones to give to him. So we could throw out a taunt guy, or we could throw out Thaddeus. Let's go ahead and throw the taunt guy out. 13 to 23. It's looking like I could win this. still haven't ever allowed them to get 4 guys. I mean, he's desperately trying to get up to 4 guys, but it's not really happening. Throw this guy out. Go ahead and double his health.
Job's done.
If they can't kill this guy fast enough, I'll get at least 1 hit, probably 2.
The gates are open.
Alright. So they're down to 4 now. What I want to get here is this guy. That will save me some trouble.
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
I hovered over it. That probably does not change anything or make it get you the one you want. I just think I got lucky.
Need you to master.
So the only one that can attack is this one. Doesn't matter. He saw he was gonna lose. Decided to give it up. We got our 5 victories between Paladin and Priest. We've had a couple good games there. Made me happy. So now we're going between Druid and Rogue. 5 victories between Druid and Rogue. Start with Druid. I guess you can change the custom decks, but maybe you can't change the location of them. I don't know. I'll look at that next game. I suppose on marathon episodes, if we run into network problems, which is a possibility always, I would have to call the episode then. That could potentially make a mythical 4th recording disastrous piece. I don't think I've ever played that guy before, so why he decided to quit? Probably network problems. Maybe a bot. I always love these with 4 more victories. But we'll stick with Druid. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly see. Like, Warrior is the first one. Mage is the one. These are definitely set, so you can't move these around, I don't think. But my first custom deck is a Mage deck. I think you could probably organize these differently based on the order that you made them. So if you came in here and tried to, you can't drag them, but if you click the X and deleted them, I bet you could sort them that way. You might want to think about that if you really cared. If anybody really cares the order of their guys. You could have 9 custom mage decks too. You don't have to have 1 custom deck of each character. It just makes a lot of sense to have 1 custom deck. When mage gets to the max level and we kind of retire it, I'll probably delete that custom deck, see if I can make a second custom deck for whoever is the next closest, and then we'll just have, say if it was a druid, we'll do a druid 1 and a druid 2 deck. Then we could alternate between 2 druid decks, try a couple different strategies. I don't know if I have enough cards to really justify doing that, but it is the thought. Or maybe I'll just keep the mage deck, just in case. There's still quests, there will always be quests that just say, get so many victories. So having your strongest character, which is probably your mage, gonna be mage.
I hope you like my invention.
It makes sense to still have that deck around, and once you delete it, you're gonna have to, in the real world, write down all the cards you had and then rebuild it that way. One interesting thing that I don't know if it will be that interesting to anyone but me, but if you have any interest in the Nest learning thermostat, which they're now advertising heavily at this point, and it's been out for about 2 or 3 years, and they haven't really advertised it much. They're still working out the kinks. It has a major problem that it does not have a consideration for humidity unless you have a humidifier plugged in. It seems like I see people say they have a humidity setting, but on the app there is the newest version on the firmware. That is the newest firmware. It is not showing me a humidity controller on, so I don't have a humidifier plugged up. I'll admit to that my house is not set up that way. But I would like
hope you like my invention.
to take the outside humidity, which it does know. So it's not like the Nest doesn't know the humidity outside.
For the wild.
Maybe it doesn't,
Job's done.
but it should. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't. It's getting the outside temperature from a website. Why cannot it get the humidity from my area from a website? And the whole point of this is, the flaw is it does not take humidity into consideration, at least in my house. And so when it is outside cold, high humidity, it feels totally different in the house at 72 than when it is outside a low humidity. It does not take that into consideration. So often, even though it's a learning thermostat, even though I put a lot of energy programming a schedule in it, which debatable, nobody ever knows their schedule, that stuff changes really fast for most people. So schedules aren't as useful as you would think. I mean, I love the Nest thermostat. It is a million times better than a regular thermostat that's just going to come on and come off, come on and come off, and not really think about time or day of the week or what you're trying to do. The problem is, even though I have it set to a setting, it's still not really getting it to the right setting. It doesn't have an ability to cheaply, at least, take the temperatures in other areas into consideration. The Nest thermostat is a expensive thermostat at giving you at $250 for a thermostat, where most thermostats are like $60. And then there are devices that will work on top of that, and that would cost another $250 to measure the temperature in each room and try and make programs that way. You could theoretically get a second Nest thermostat and put it in a second room for another $250. I don't see why you'd want to do that, because the kit to measure 5 rooms and control the Nest thermostat, so it's another device that is just on top of it, and then just becomes a controller and will sit there and control it. It's $250 for like 6 sensors versus buying a second Nest, which would be $250 for 1 more sensor. So no real logic on that, particularly if you are in a room that's not already wired to control a HVAC system. I don't know how well a Nest is going to work. The battery's going to last when it's not wired to anything, because it's a rechargeable battery, and so you'd have to run wires for certain to charge the battery. You'd have to daisy chain the same thermostat's power, and that's probably not up to code. That's probably a really dumb idea if you thought about it. So getting a second Nest and installing it on the wall with no wires is ridiculous. You'd have to get the other system. So there's just
Job's done.
that problem with it. But to get back to my praises of Nest, if you Google works with Nest, it should take you to a page with all these like super expensive items. But that's just my opinion. If you have $1 million
What's that
house,
on your head?
then spending $800 to $1,600 on a fan probably isn't anything.
No,
So
take
for them
Job
that
done.
might not be expensive, but for me, spending $800 on the ceiling fan is a ridiculous amount of money when you can get a regular good ceiling fan for like $100. But they do have these ceiling fans that have motion sensors and are controlled by the Nest. And would that not be just awesome? Every single fan in a room is coming on because the thermostat knows the temperature in that room and says, oh, it's too hot in this room, let's turn on the ceiling fan, save a little electricity. That is an awesome thought.
Job done.
They have a car that when you drive the car near your house, it turns the Nest on to start cooling house. They have washer and dryers that are top of the line whirlpool things that when the Nest knows you're away, it will make the washers and dryer loads go in an extra cycle and keep the clothes fresh and fluffy until you come back. It's probably a little waste of
Well
electricity
played.
to do that, but that is a cool concept. It has light bulbs that are wirelessly connected, so if your Nest Protect smoke alarm, which is different than the Nest thermostat, goes off, the light bulbs will blink red, telling people that are maybe deaf, oh look, there's a fire going off.
I need a weapon. Here we go.
So I would
Done.
definitely encourage everyone to look at that. All that stuff at the moment works with Nest. Is super expensive. Is getting the Nest thermostat a good deal? Well, probably, but there is a new Honeywell thermostat called the Lynx that you might want to consider too. The interface is not as good. The quality of the device itself is not as good. I've seen online reviews that have problems with the Lynx, where it's just like the very first YouTube video I saw. And that's saying something. When the very first YouTube video you see has somebody unboxing and trying to install links and it's defective, and they call customer support, and customer support says it's defective and they have to send it back, that's not a very encouraging thing. But the Lynx does have almost all the same capabilities as the Nest, and it has different capabilities that might be more desirable. It definitely takes humidity into consideration, which is a big deal. You definitely want that. I think you do. At least. Maybe I'll play with it at some point in the future and say, you know what? Humidity is not really doing anything different. And maybe it's just a waste. I don't know. But can I do any +1 spell damage? Well, I could do
So
this.
I'm not ready.
Deal 2 damage. Might as well get rid of this guy.
Here we go.
So you might want to look at the Honeywell. I think it's called the Honeywell Link. Maybe it's called something else. But you might want to look at that. You might want to consider it. I would see if you can buy it at the store. See if you can take it back at that store. I bought the Nest from Home Depot, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get the Honeywell from Home Depot. The Lynx is like $270 instead of $250, so it's getting even more ridiculously expensive at that point. But if you have $1 million house, all that will probably save you money in the long run. I can't guarantee it, but it very well could save you money in the long run, just by having
Job done.
an incredibly more energy efficient setup on your house. You, a lot of it has to do with your lifestyle. If you are living in a house where everybody goes to work between 9 to 5, you can definitely have a Nest or the Honeywell one. Turn off your AC for at least 8 hours. Usually you don't need your AC to do much at night. Depending if it's winter or summer, and how hot and cold your winters and summers get. But there's a lot of consideration.
Job done.
A programmable thermostat probably won't be useful for you very well if you have somebody in your house that's there all the time.
Well played.
It kind of just depends on who that person is and how much they want the AC or the heater on. How much they're willing to suffer or incapable of suffering. Is this a legitimate well played, or does he think he's about to beat me? I don't know. I haven't been paying a lot of attention. Been ranting about that. But my main point there about the works with Nest and the Honeywell is I am starting to see a future. A actual feasible future
Cleanse the sunwell.
in which houses will actually work together and actually be connected. It will save you money. It will be easy enough to set up
Job
that
done.
even old people who buy houses instead of young people who buy video games, as the contrast there, will be able to set up their house, have it all connected, have that be easier and better for them. I see that future on a distant horizon. And I do mean, it is mostly a distant horizon, yeah. It's not going to happen
Cleanse the sunwell.
next year. It's not going to happen the year after that. Maybe in 3 years, maybe in 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years. But it's going to happen,
Here we go.
and it's going to be awesome. Unless somebody just screws everything up.
I need a weapon. I can't do that. Push forward.
So he has 4 guys here, all 0. These guys are giving him more cards, just decking
Well
him.
played.
This one's healing him, this one's spell damaging. I mean, he's only got 12 things, but I have 13. So he should quickly run out of cards. I guess that was a legitimate, well played.
My shield for Argus.
He's just trying everything he can try.
Thank you.
So he's got 9, I'm still at 12. Let's see. Throw cards out here.
Master of magics.
Well, we can
Push
get rid of this
forward.
guy and they'll stop healing.
Here we
Get
go.
rid of this guy with 1 attack. He's down to 9. Don't want to replace my
Well played.
Assassin's Blade with a Wicked Dagger. I've got the poison things on it. He's gonna well play me again.
My shield for
You know,
Argus.
I say 2 well plays are the maximum amount of well plays you should say in any game. You should not just be congratulating them, even if they're playing very well. I mean, you've seen me just be giddy about some players when they're playing well. And even then, I'm not saying well played more than once.
Well played.
Be nice. I mean, I'm just gonna squelch him at this point. He's complimenting me, and I'm squelching him. It's just not
Here we
what I want
go.
to hear. He could be trying to irritate me, but all he did was irritate me into squelching him. I'm down to 15. He's down to 6. He's gotta get this guy gone. 5, 8, 12, 15, he may have won. Bloodlust. Definitely a card you want in your strategy. I was level 19, now I'm back down to 20. Where I probably belong. Leveled up here. The rogue a little bit. Didn't get anywhere. At this point, I think I'm back right where I was at with the gold count. Would I ever do 2 arena runs in 1 day's worth of recording? Maybe, but probably not. I mean, sure, I could do an arena run right now. We're trying to get the 5 things. There is a chance we could do that, but I don't think I'd be back up to where I was at after that arena run.
I must protect
And
the wild.
in the next time I play, in the next 3 days, when I wait 3 days to play again, the very first recording I want to record after that that break, is going to be an arena run, and I definitely want to stay at the same. I really have too many things, so maybe I need to think of what would be a good time to buy a pack. I have enough gold, so buying a pack is not a crazy thought. So, if we get an awesome victory, maybe I should celebrate and buy a pack. We don't get that often. We don't get an awesome victory. But that's the only thing I could think of. As a reason, maybe an awesome arena victory would be a smart time to do it. Maybe just a regular rank play awesome victory. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Well, on the marathon episode, my throat's getting a little dry. Maybe I'll just go quiet. No, I don't think I would. That would be pretty boring if I went quiet in the middle of the game. If I'm gonna go quiet, I might as well just wrap up the recording and make a 4th episode.
Taste my steel!
Job done. At the moment, I am
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
just about 3 episodes ahead in between your time and my time. What that kind of means is that if there were 6 days straight, which that is very feasible that this would happen, if there was 6 days in a row which I couldn't record, then I would probably not have enough what's the word? I probably wouldn't have enough recordings. And I would then one day not push out a Hearthstone recording. I kinda don't want to do that. So the only way to get ahead is to get further away from your time. So it means instead of recording 3 recordings, on occasion record a 4th recording.
Reporting for duty.
The marathon episode that we're doing now is specifically in place to stop that from happening. Marathon episode is either keep on playing or give up. And then come back after a 3-day break. And if you give up and don't get all the quests done and come back on the 3-day break, one of the quests is going to be the quest I did not finish, and then I'll just have only gotten 2 new quests instead of 3 new quests. That'll be less gold in my pocket. And so we're giving up some stuff by giving up. But time
Reporting
management
for duty.
can be difficult at times. So to
I am
get
sorry.
a 4th, I'm already down to 1, wow. Well, what can we do? Deal 5 damage, draw a card.
Job's done.
That's in that. In that, to get a 4th thing recording would be to not give up, but take a break between the marathon recording during the same actual day of recording. Recording 3 times in a row is not gonna work. I need to take a break. I need to like have a morning 2 recordings and then potentially an evening 2 recordings like I was doing where I was recording, like thinking about, or a couple times I did it, recording Hearthstone in the morning and then Isaac at night. Days I record Hearthstone, unless I just don't have an Isaac recording, which I should.
Valera versus
Days I play
Vector.
Hearthstone, I don't play Isaac. Days I play Isaac, I don't play Hearthstone.
Watch
It
your
it could
back.
even get a 3rd game in there. It could be a rotation, but I probably wouldn't want to do that. I'd probably want to have a space day in which I can catch up if I fall behind. So,
Job's done.
what am I saying? Even I don't know what I'm saying, so if you don't know what I'm saying, don't feel bad about it. But, what I'm implicitly saying here is maybe if this goes really long, I don't know how long we've been going. I'm just saying if it feels like it's going really long.
Here we go.
Maybe I'll call,
Done.
particularly for today, but maybe in the future, maybe I'll call the marathon run off for a while, take a break, come back and do another marathon run. And then there'd be an extra day. That would not, every time I did that, every time I would add a extra episode for 3 days worth of episodes your time, that gets me
I know.
further away from you. We've just seen the release of Goblins vs. Snow. So it really won't matter that much. If I get 15, 30 days ahead of you, you'll see me in seasons several weeks later than what you would do as you're playing.
I am master
But
of magics.
that's
Here
about
we
it.
go.
Just you would see the season end would be later. Until they come out with another expansion, until they come out with some kind of tournament or change or something worth mentioning. Watching me play a Hearthstone game I recorded 3 days ago versus 3 weeks ago is not really that different. So getting ahead at the moment would be fine. The only problem of getting ahead is when that expansion comes out, and let's say it comes out in 6 months, which would feel about right. If one came out in like 6 months, then I may have to just put up emergency recordings like I did for the pre-launch event, and then slowly dole out the things. I may have to put the brakes on it a little bit and slow down and burn out my backlog a little bit. I may have to just put out all the episodes really fast. All of those would have to be thought about, because if I'm a month ahead and then the next expansion comes out, I don't want to waste a month's worth of videos. So usually they give you some warning of the expansions. I don't think they would ever, it would defeat the purpose, really, if they were to just come out and say, oh, here's the new expansion, we didn't tell anybody about it. That really wouldn't make a lot of sense. So, I guess when I saw the next expansion come out, I should, at that point, think about, well,
We
maybe
must
I'll,
cleanse the sun well.
I don't even know why I did that. Well, I can
Here we
attack once.
Here we go.
Might as well. But yeah, so it's gonna kind of rubber band, I guess. If I record more than the same number and get ahead of you, then that'll be fine until they announce the next expansion comes. And then what I'll do is, I guess I'll rubber band at that point and slowly record less or longer episodes in less amounts. So I know I just decided on to I just decided to do a 5-5 marathon on this, and now I'm saying, well, I'll do even longer episodes. What is that at? 3? It's gonna die for sure if I do that. If I kill that, he'll just get stronger. If I kill that, he'll just get stronger. It's just gonna hit his face.
Here we go.
I want to get this Assassin's Blade, then use the Deadly Poison. I think the Deadly Poison will affect something, but maybe not. Got me down to 2. Oh, wow. Let's see. We gotta play this. Let's do this. Hopefully this is the right thing to do. 5 damage to everybody. So that card plus the 2 damage on that card got it up to 5. That's a turnaround. I think I've got this in the bag. He's only got 2 cards. Does he have 2 cards that will do 2 damage? Doesn't matter. He has the spell ability to do 2 damage. I should have surrendered. I did my best, but I blew that. So it's 3:15 now. How many victories have we done? 1. Man, when I get this tickle in my throat, the dryness, I just can't get it to go away. It's just talking for too long. So I've rambled here. I've thought about what I'm going to do. I've talked about what I'm going to do in the situation where we're at, where I still think I'm going to record more episodes in today in my time, but I just need to take a break at the moment. I'm only gonna get worse and worse and more quiet and more quiet. Quieter and quieter if you use proper English. Which I don't. We're not gonna get 4 Druid and Rogue victories in a row. So we're gonna have to play at least 5 more games. Am I gonna split marathons into 5 games? No. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split recording Hearthstone so that we'll do two in a row, maybe one, then an hour break, and then one, even at that. Maybe not. I like that first hour run. I even like the second hour run where we're doing the first marathon. It's just that my throat doesn't work that well doing 2 hours in a row talking. So this is the 3rd episode for the same day. I'm gonna probably come back and do a 4th episode several hours from now, and that's gonna be an extra episode that's gonna get you further, your time further away from my time. So this will be recorded even further in the past now. So I'll be one more day further away from you. It won't matter. You've seen Goblins versus Gnomes. Every episode is going to be Goblins versus Gnomes from now on. When I get word of the next expansion and we know when it's coming out, I'll start recording longer and less episodes. So I'll make them even longer, but there will be less of them. So, and if it doesn't work out like that, we may do double episodes on specific days. We'll do whatever it takes to catch up so that we are at close to live recording. Like, so if it is Goblins vs. Gnomes version 2 expansion comes out next, which it probably won't be, I want to record an episode during any pre-launch events, which I'm gonna keep my eyes out for, and I'll definitely want to release the episode that I record the day of launch on the day of launch. So at that's the point where we'll try and get rid of any backlog right before the pre-launch, and you'll see me for a few days, maybe a week, playing live a day of releases, not playing live. We haven't gotten into any live streaming stuff. That's a whole nother conversation. But that's it for this episode. Sorry you didn't see me actually progress. I think I did progress a little bit, but I don't even remember. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. That really helps out a lot. If not in actuality views, which I think it does, it makes me feel better about that, about what I'm doing. And I'm a needy person. I need support. I want support. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. In your time. Later. In my time. I know it's confusing. It's never gonna get easy. Thanks. Bye.